Okay, like I said before, we will now be looking at the screen, and where I am here, I am in the class itself. So when you probably first log into the course, you should be at what's called the course home, and the course home, has a kind of a calendar. If you can see that, it's got your week of upcoming assignments. And if you can see here, this is, what's up right now, and everything is up. Here is kind of like your test. So this is your homework. This is your test. And it does have all the links. You can certainly access them from there, but usually don't need to. Right here kind of talks about your upcoming assignments, when things are due. You also have, something here, and I'm new at this, so bear with me. For your results, what's been going on up till now, your overall score, things like that. Also, you have announcements, so you can always view all announcements to see if anything's that I've added, just to make sure you're keeping up with what's going on. But the main thing here is to pay attention to your calendar, what your upcoming assignments are. And there's links that take you through it anyway. So that's one thing. Now, your start here, you've already been there. And just keep in mind that you're not going to hurt anything by clicking any of these items. What you have to be careful about is when you go to exams, don't click on the exam till you're ready to take it. Okay. Below that is the syllabus. And, I really suggest you print that off. It talks about the course description, which I've kind of outlined a little bit here. The course information, the book, and we don't use a book, so you don't need to worry about that because you have an e-textbook. The calculator, you should have a calculator with trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, things like that on there. Your class requirements as far as where you do your work, your attendance, time expectations, things like that. Your course grade. Now, we, talk about what you need to do to get your grade right for you. The main thing is to do your work, to keep pace with your work. Your homework is 20% of your grade. You can work homework assignments as much as you want. No time limit. There's due dates. You can work them after the due date. You have 4 exams, 3 regular exams, and a comprehensive final. The big deal here is the final exam must be taken by May 4th. Must be proctored. Okay? There are practice exams for everything. Now, this is a division policy that we have at our school that you must pass the final to pass the class. Now, some students, are kind of shocked by that, but believe me, it's everywhere. People want students to be, doing their own work. We've got to make sure you're doing your own work, so that's what we have to do. Late work, I give extension of 1 deadline for a test. But don't let that happen more than once, or you'll need some sort of doctor's note or something like that. The rest of it is how your grade's determined, the grading scale, withdrawal policy, stuff like that. And then you've got your course outline. So, you can read through that. I'm not going to read through all this, but, this kind of tells you, what's covered on the first test, the second test, and so on. We don't do everything in chapter 1, everything in chapter 7. We just do bits and pieces of everything. So that's why your outline is fine, but you just need to go through the homework and work the assignments. And I'll cover that here shortly as well. Okay. So let's move on down now to the instructor information. That's me. So you can see my picture there. You can see my contact information and move this thing around here. Email me is the best way to contact. I do my best to get back with you within 48 hours. Normally it is 24 hours or less, unless it's a weekend or something like that, or you email me late at night. But I will get back with you. There's my phone number, and I am at the Leestown campus. Here is the vital important thing you've got to understand is about the proctoring. So if you have questions, if and when you have questions, you read through this section. It will take you through every single thing you need to do, what you can bring, what you need to score on the final exam, and where you can proctor. So please read through that. I often have students email me, well, what do I do? Well, it's right here, okay? Read it. Be a self-learner. That's what we're trying to teach you in college, is to learn on your own. So, if you have questions, read it. The next item is your due dates, and there's a document here. So you click on it, you open it up, and it goes through and covers when items are due. Okay, so our first exam is due on or before February 11th, and you can read down there, so on and so forth. And here is yet another mention of the final exam. You must get a proctor, and you must pass the final exam to pass the class. So, when I have students that tell me they weren't aware of that, I'm thinking, well, obviously they really didn't, watch these videos or look at anything, because it's in several places. Okay, so please keep in mind for that. All right. So let's get out of here. And now let's move on down to tutoring information. We have a link for tutoring at BCTC. If you're not at BCTC, you can check your local campus. Hopefully they have tutoring available. And there's also email tutoring. I've never used it, never been there, but it's available to you. So if you want someone to tutor you by email, that's a good place to check out. So all you got to do is click on the link and it'll take you there. All right, I'm going to stop this video just to kind of, break things up. And so we will continue this tour here shortly.